welcome to Smyrna Valley Exploration. I'm Eric. My wife Maggie is recording. In case you guys don't know, we have another channel called Smyrna Valley Hobby Farm that we post on. But this is our newest channel that we've started. And today we're going to be exploring one of the oldest, or an older cemetery of Smyrna. And it's the Stover Cemetery. So we're going to do a walk around, and we got some information written down on it for you guys, and we're going to try to find some interesting facts about the cemetery as we're walking around. Please remember, this is a public cemetery, to please respect it. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and do our walk around.
Okay.
Alright, so we have some veterans that are buried in this cemetery.
Only 3 of them.
There's only 3 in this cemetery, but there are veterans. And this one is
Colonel H.L. Cleveland. Fought in the Civil War.
Yep, Civil War. He died in service of disease.
This has his wife on it too. This side doesn't have anything. These ones are all Cleveland's too. I would assume maybe children.
Oh, probably a family burial.
Yeah. These ones don't really have any markings or anything on them. Ooh, I don't like that.
I know there's one up here that is pretty.
I don't know if the camera will pick up how indented that is. Yeah, that one's down pretty good. I'm not going to walk on that one.
I gave the date on this one.
1934.
Yeah.
Benedict. That might... Why do I feel like I wrote that name down?
William P. Benedict.
No, this is a Chester Benedict.
So, no.
I just don't want to end up in them with John Benedict. You said this tapestry never come back? Okay.
Yeah. Wonder what that one is.
This one is a coal.
Let's see.
A coal.
What's the date on that?
1909. This is a pretty common name in Smyrna. We've had a lot of coals. I'm not 100% sure I want to walk through there. Is that one of our names? That's one of our names. Mother, father. Yeah, something like that. It's the top of those stairs. Close. Another common name in Smyrna. Not sure if they're tied together, but
That isn't the same building, but it's still
pretty big stone.
the building we got is the most recent raven here.
Okay.
But it's a Lillian arbor.
Wilbur. Right?
Hmm?
You're looking for Lillian Wilbur, right?
Yeah.
I just want to kind of look at this one. This one's got some cool designs on it. I'm just going to kind of do this side and then work over.
Yeah.
These ones seem to be some pretty old ones. That one's a little broken. Some of these, I don't even know if that's English.
Well, that is... I can't tell the name, but it's died March 1826 at 99 years.
Oh, okay, I got it now.
But I can't make out the name.
It didn't look like English to me. This one's kind of cool. This one's all bolted together. Somebody's tried to do some repairs on it. One down here that's just laying down. I don't think it was originally supposed to be. It looks like it was supposed to be standing up, but can't really read it either. Was a wife, but that's about all I can make out on it.
What's that here?
That one says wife of, but that's all I can really make out.
Died December 31st, I mean.
I was gonna say.
18... It says 55 years, I believe. But it looks like 1880 something.
Okay. Some of the older signs. Still don't think we found the oldest yet, though.
No, we haven't found the newest.
Right, so let's work this way and then back around.
Yeah.
Okay?
And so some of these stones look older, so
Look even older.
yeah.
Yeah, because some of these look like they were like hand carved.
July, what's that, 4th?
Something like that.
Age 17, I think.
There was a lot of younger deaths in this one when I looked it up. In shades of death, lose my eyes, my spirit soars to God above. I can't read the rest of that. But that one had some really cool details to it. 1837, 36 years old. This is a Thompson, Myra Thompson, 1824 to 1919. What was that one?
It was... Died June 5th,
No.
1852.
It's Elizabeth.
Okay.
wife of Lewis.
Okay.
Carn Cross. You know, like Carn Cross Road? Up past our house.
Okay. But it says age June. That's all.
Yay. But
It
died June 5th, 1852.
It looks like somebody might have fixed that one at some
Yeah.
point too.
It's like somebody's done some work up here. I just hope there's none down there where, like, you can see the fence is all broken up in the trees.
I don't know if there is. I think they're all fairly up
Okay.
too.
Because those ones we're going to have to miss. Let me get these ones really quick.
I was working my way out. I was going to come back up through, but that's fine.
I was going to kind of cover, like, this back half and then the front half is what I was trying to do.
Okay.
A little headstone. Memory of Polly, wife of Monmouth Purdy? Monmouth Purdy? Something like that. 18 years, 9 months, and 10 days. What are all the details on that guy?
Daniel Burt died March 2nd, 27th, 1818. You can't quite make it the rest of
And some stuff like that, I wish we had like some carbon paper to kind of like rub on it a little bit. I wouldn't want to do anything that would hurt it. There's a bunch of these little stones that have absolutely no writing on them.
I wonder if what Mark comes to.
Could be.
But there's some stones down through here are like stones that were just kind of like, you see them?
Mm-hmm.
And there's one over there too.
They're literally just pieces of shell.
Yeah, that looks like the second name for markers. But that one has some kind of rating on it, and I can't make it out.
Yeah. That, and it has some designs and stuff on it. Yeah, it does look like somebody just kind of put some shell some places to mark spots.
Like that one there. Can't quite, I don't know if I can read that one. But it's
Looks
got
like it's
design.
got praying hands on it.
I was
Almost.
I was gonna say it has some kind of design up on the top of it. There's some stones way down. See it? See
Yeah.
the markers? But I don't know if they're down that far or not.
Right.
But olives, I can't.
Daughter of Nelson and Mary Ackley. Olive S. This one is Lucy. Daughter of David and Sally Calkin. Age, does it say 12 years and 17 days?
Yep, 12
Is
years.
that one of my child graves that I wrote down?
I don't see it.
No. There's more on there that I didn't catch. There are a couple babies buried in here. Infants, less than 8-year-old. These ones have the tree design on here too. David Calkin. This is the father to Lucy and Olive, I believe.
Okay.
Or no, at least Lucy.
Okay.
And this is the wife, Sally. She was 82.
And he died, I want to say it was March.
I can't make them out either. No. It's weird that they all have, like, a lot of these have the same design, this, like, weeping willow tree design. I'm gonna have to look up and see if that has any kind of, like, symbolism or anything.
There's some old stones down there. I'll walk down and see if I can get any information off of them.
This one's a Wilbur. What was the oldest Wilbur we were looking for?
The most recent
Oh,
burial or plot barrel in here is
Lillian Wilbur.
Lillian R. Wilbur.
Okay. This would not have been that. But there are Wilburs right through here, so.
A lot of these just have like initials on them. BC,
Yeah.
SC, SR,
Which all that information can be found on
and S.
Find a Grave.
That S is.
Those are plot markers.
That's kind of what I was wondering.
Everybody can see how disheveled the bottom half of this is. So what's the last name that goes with these?
Well,
Sargent.
Yeah, I was just going to say. Square R. Sargent.
So one of these is a baby then, because I believe there was a baby Sargent.
Infant daughter Sargent, age less than 1 year, died November 18th, 1856.
Yes, so one of these is a baby.
This is Square R. Sargent, died August 27th, 1870, age 44.
Yep.
1 month, 24 days. I was going to see what that, but this has a,
They just have the initials on them.
This is father.
Yep.
But
But these would all be Sargents because they're all with. There's 4 of these corner markers, and there's one right here on either tree. Can't really. There is writing on it, but it's buried. I believe this is another Sargent because it's got the initials on the back again. Let me see if the front says anything.
these ones over here have a W on them.
So I would probably go with the Wilburs.
Yeah.
There's writing on this, but I can't make out.
That one.
Okay, this one's in some rough shape. Let's see if I can wipe a little bit of this off. This is an Arthur. Arthur Wilbur.
Could be.
Definitely Arthur. That part I can understand.
See, this is a Wilbur here. Asia Wilbur, born.
Asia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is Asia, isn't it?
ASA.
Asia or Asa or something.
Probably more Asa, I would believe.
Yeah.
This is Mary R.
That one looks like it belongs on this. There's another one up in that tree too.
William Wilbur. This is the most recent.
Lillian?
Birth 1856, death 1937.
Okay, so she would have been the last one buried in here.
You can see the dates.
Yep.
So
that would be her stone right there, but kind of falling off over here. That one's a little harder to read.
What, another Wilbur?
Another Wilbur. Another name pretty popular in Smyrna.
Died 1870, February 3rd, 1871.
Here's
50 years.
74, honey.
Yep, 74, I see it now. 50 years.
There's another one down there in front of him, too.
It might be a marker.
It could be. I don't think so, though, because there's another one there covered with moss.
Oh, yep.
This before we leave, I do want to check my find grave. There was 2 on there that were requesting pictures. So if we can put pictures on there. This one's got plot markers to it.
Before you go back up, before we go back up that way, you want to do this whole corner down here?
Yeah, we'll do this whole corner and then work our way up and down through the...
Yeah, off that a little bit. This is... I believe.
This is a Sarah.
This is, I can't quite make out names. This is like a Phil something.
This is like a Milton.
Okay.
M-I-L-T. This is Milton B. Stewart
And
and
this is his wife. Maybe a
Philenia.
Philenia something.
Something like that. P-H-I-L-E-N-A.
1810 to 1891. 1807 to 1862.
But there's another date here.
Sarah
Okay.
E. Their daughter.
So that's Sarah right here.
Is that one of their children?
1840 to 1843.
No. There is no.
Nope. Maybe I missed a couple of the kids that were in here. But yeah, she would have been 3 years old. And of course, back then you never know what diseases and stuff like that. Yeah, that one's pretty open there.
Cordella, wife of Alyssa Stubbins, died April 29th, 1870.
26
26 or 28?
28 years, something months, and 26 days.
I was just gonna say.
What's this one?
Marcina?
Marcena? Something like that. I love the old names.
You'll have to apologize us if we're butchering these names. This one's
Hard to read.
looks like a Stibbins. What's the last name?
Looks like Louisa.
Yeah.
That Louisa. That's, I can make out that part, but I can't make out. There were some Sabins in here, so maybe it's a Sabins.
Could be.
Byron.
His, or no.
I can't read most of that.
No.
Trying to get that old stone fence in there too. Back up the hill. Where did we leave off?
I know we came up that back row, so I figure we'll take and
Cover
do
this
these ones.
area.
Yeah, we'll do these up through if you want. I don't know.
This is a Stover, so this would be
Richard Stover died 1878. Age 5 years. 51 years. Yeah, I didn't see the one there. Age 51 years, 5 months, 6 days.
sometimes maybe the camera will pick up a little bit better too than what we can. Your Stover. That tree again, isn't it? No, this is a different tree.
I can't quite make that one out.
Philura.
Something Stover Jr. died March 5th, 1832. 28 years and 10 months. Nice little thing on the bottom.
I'm gonna work this way for a little bit before we forget these ones.
Yeah, we'll come back.
A couple little markers there that don't have any writing on them.
This one has something.
Yeah.
WS. And this is Alfred Wilcox.
Yep.
January 3rd, 1856.
That's about right.
I didn't say it wrong.
This one I don't think we're going to be able to read. It's got like a hand or something on it. And this one really. I think it depends on what the stones are made out of as to whether we are going to be able to read them or not. There's that weeping willow tree again.
It's a Wilcox. Can't quite fake out or make out the first name. Oh, I can't make that one.
No. There's another one laying down. I don't think we're going to be able to read that.
Wilcox.
It's a Wilcox.
May 4th by the looks. 1868. 46 years, I think it says.
I know your eyes are working better than mine are right now. This one's pretty legible. Mrs. Hannelo, wife of Samuel.
1828, 29 years.
Yep.
Mrs. Can't quite.
The names are hard to make out.
This one's a little bit more legible. Well, Mr. Samuel, son of.
Okay, so I bet you that's the husband.
Mr. Samuel, son of W.M. and Elizabeth Sam Stover, died February 15th, 1820. 23 years and 8 months.
These ones. This one looks like it might have. These ones all have initials on them, but no names. That one's SS.
This is
That one looks like HS.
I want to say Adams, but I don't think that's right.
No, that's Adams. That's the A.
Okay. Son of S.M. and Elizabeth something. Stover died February 17th, 1813, 21 years, 3 months.
Before we forget it. Looks like a little bit of a wall right here.
Get down here now. You want me to
Yeah,
record?
because I'll break my neck coming down there.
So, this is Sarah D., wife of John G. Pike, died January 29th, 1899, at aged 83 years old.
And this would be
John, John G. Pike died July,
looks like
1st, 1884, age 68 years. It's got an inscription on the bottom that we can't quite.
that.
Huh?
I can't read it.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go back up top here for a minute.
That's not what I thought you were handing me back.
Yeah, I figured I'll hold on to the camera for a little bit.
Yeah, Adams.
Yep. So we'll come back to these ones. You wanna go, or do you wanna?
Yeah, I've just kind of been going up and working my way
Okay.
back.
That works.
A lot of these.
I can't.
They've got that weeping willow symbol on them.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do some research on that.
I'm gonna Google it here really quick.
Okay. Alright, well, you Google that. See we'll get some more footage here. You'll have to excuse us. This is the first video that we've done. We did some research, but we're trying to kind of go along as we're testing out the waters on this, so to speak. So this is Cyrus F. Dimmick. Died March 18th, 1851. Age 20. I believe that's I can't quite make out if that's a 7. Or it looks like a 7 to me, but maybe it's an 8. So 28 years. And you can see this stone's been fixed. And you got Jane M. Something of T and G B Wilbur.
T and C B Wilbur.
Okay. July 7th, 1871. Age 42 years old.
So I found out the weeping willow.
Okay.
So the weeping willow on headstones, particularly in the Victorian era, symbolized grief, mourning, and sorrow, reflecting the sadness associated with death.
Okay. Interesting fact.
Thank you, Mr. Google.
D.W.H. Wilbur died February 27th, 1857. 42 years. I believe that's 21 days and 50. Yeah, I can see it's 17 days on the back or on the end, but I can't quite catch up a month. 2 months. 2 months and 17 days. That's what that is. Cortland T. Wilbur.
Doctor. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't catch that.
Dr. W.H. Wilbur.
Huh. Cortland T. Wilbur died August 5th, 1848, aged 24 years, 3 months, 19 days. Inscription on the bottom. I can get behold on the bottom of it, but that's about it. No. Let's walk over.
Did you get these 2 big ones here?
I think I might have.
There's some little ones here.
I want to say I did.
They're stovers.
Maybe we... No, I think we skipped over them.
That's why I'm just trying to stay in one area.
I know.
We got Adams. We did the Adams.
Okay.
And we did this one. These are the 2 I didn't think we got. William Stover, which... The only military one we haven't found yet was the Benedict, right?
No.
We found the sergeant, didn't we?
Yeah, I believe. I don't think we found.
He was the first one we found.
Okay. So I don't think we found the sergeant either.
We haven't found the sergeant. Okay.
Unless that was one of them down in back.
That was the only one I seen marked as a veteran.
Okay.
So we'll have to come back like Memorial Day.
But that's William Stover.
And Betsy
Wood.
Elwood.
Elwood. Samuel
H. and William.
Son of
Seymour something.
What's this one right over here? William D. Warner, 1841 to 1900, and his wife is 1847 to 1906.
This one says Our Iva.
tree. And this one doesn't have it on top, maybe it has it on the front here. Yeah, it's pretty. It's all, yeah, it's all. I'm just gonna do these few and then work my way back down that row. Okay?
Okay.
Because
Probably should have done it row by row.
that's what I'm thinking.
We're losing track here.
We'll have to do that next time.
Yeah. But remember that we left off on Marvin Young.
Well, I'll be right there.
Oh, okay.
I was just doing these few right here. This is a Origin Sabin.
Mhm.
And then father, mother.
Yeah, there's multiple names on this stone,
Yeah.
but you can't read them. We left off on Marvin.
Right there. What the? Marvin B. Young.
May 18th, 1866.
Harriet, wife of Wilson M. Young.
4 years.
December 29th, 1891.
This is Wilson.
Wilson.
He giveth his beloved sheep.
Sheep or sleep?
Sheep.
It looks like an owl.
I think if it's a Bible verse, it would say sheep. Maybe it says sleep.
I was going to say that's what I took off from it.
I always thought it would have been sheep.
Mrs.
Dimon?
Wife
Wife.
of Jacob, or John Brown, died February 1809.
Her gentle spiral sound to
Yeah.
dwell with God in endless day.
Let's come back up here. I think we got some of them down below, didn't we?
Yes, we did those ones because of the weeping willows.
Yes, and the ones down below.
Yep, we did those.
So we got some, and then these, I think we might have touched on some of these here with the,
Yes,
they're
with the stones.
yeah.
We're working over this area right now in the trees.
Yeah, because we're basically at this section. Okay.
We still haven't found the oldest yet, have we?
No,
Elizabeth Stover?
that's what I'm working towards. This is a John W. So Wilbur, I would assume. And that's all I can make out on it, but you can see that stone's been fixed.
Somebody has worked on these.
Adam,
Sternberg.
yeah, 1871, 68 years old, 9 months, 10 days.
This is wife of Susan, wife of Adam Sternberg.
There is some way down by the road too,
Yeah.
by the looks.
I figured we'll do the tops here and then we'll work down.
Yeah,
Because we've got a good group right here.
yeah. This is Wallace W.
Yep. That always can get on that one.
DeVello S. Close.
Devella?
No, it's DEVILLOW S. Close.
I do believe I've seen that name on here.
And then there's Laverna S. And that's his wife. I can make that out. Alright, we'll go up and do these two. Then we'll come back, and there's a couple down there I don't believe we've looked at yet. Sally R., wife of Samuel Stebbins, I believe that's how you pronounce that. November 9th, 1857. 68 years. And here's Samuel
Stebbins?
Yeah, that's his wife. January 18th, 1843, and at 62 years old. Alright, let's walk down here. I don't know if we've touched on these ones or not, but I believe these might be markers.
I'm trying to find where we are.
Maggie's over working on finding some of the graves that we haven't really gotten a chance to talk about. We were looking for the, I believe it was the oldest, and there was a couple more veterans. There were some child graves. She did find the one child grave that's behind this tree here, and I don't know if you guys can quite see it, but it says Freddie N, son of, I want to say that's, let me walk down to the other side of the tree, I can tell you a little bit better. WMF and Hattie L. Jackwith died March 7th, 1873, aged 8 months. So that's one of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and we kind of did a skip, not skip through, but did a little bit of the we passed by the lower section just to kind of get a good view of it and stuff, of the cemetery. It goes back a ways. We pretty much walked the whole thing, but we're trying to refine the ones that we really wanted to talk about. So I'll go meet up with her, and we'll check back in with you guys when we find some more the graves that we were looking for. Alright everyone, so we managed to find the oldest grave in here, and that is,
it's Elizabeth Hollenbach Stover.
Elizabeth Hollenbach Stover. She was born in 1768, and she died in 1806 at 38 years old. She's the wife of William Stover, who is also buried here, and he's right next to her.
And she had 7 kids?
She had
7 kids.
She had 7 children, I should say. It's actually one of them that we passed by earlier. It was kind of hard to read, but Maggie looked up on her finder grave and got a picture of the headstone, and we were able to track that down for you guys. And like I said, this is the husband.
So this is the husband.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she would have been the first wife,
Mm-hmm.
because this is Betsy Elwood, also says wife of William Stover. So I think he remarried.
That very well could be. But alright, so we've got the oldest and the newest plot. And we have...
Those are child graves.
Yeah, we've found the 2.
We found a few of them that I didn't even have written down.
But we found the one down below and the one over here.
Did you get any of the one up by the tree? The 8-month-old?
Yes, we actually just left from there. But
And we didn't find the Colonel Sergeant.
no.
But the Sergeant burial grove.
Yeah, we'll touch back with you guys when we get over there. But another fact that I forgot to leave out is that there's 142 burials / plots. But I would assume they'd be more burials.
Oh, I found that.
But all right, she's found the colonel, so we're gonna walk over here.
Squire R. Sargent died August 27th, 1870. 44 years, 1 month, 24 days. I believe, did he make it out of service?
Squire.
He died in service.
No, this is the...
Oh, no, he was discharged with a disability.
Yes. But he served 1861 to 1865. And these are all Civil War veterans, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier in the video or not, but these are all
Civil War Union.
Civil War Union veterans. I believe I called that Square earlier, but Squire.
Squire.
Yeah, I
believe his wife is on this side.
yes.
This is all Sergeant plots.
There's a father.
Yep. These are all Sergeant plots.
Yeah. All right, we'll check back with you guys if we find anything else for you guys to share with you guys. All right, guys. So quick another correction to the sergeant graves here. The first being that square, but over here where we originally thought it was the wife is the infant. It's Helen A. died
April, looks like 27.
Oh no, that is his wife. Down here's the infant. Okay. Died November 18th 1876.
Yep.
And
3 months.
3 months. So it has his wife and the
This is a
infant.
Charles.
So, just some more corrections. Like I said earlier in the video, please bear with us. This is the first time we've done this. It's something we both wanted to do, so we are experimenting. But this is a Wilbur. This says wife of S.R. Sargent.
So that would be his wife.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if the wife over here is for Charles, because Charles is over here.
Could be.
Charles over here, though.
So
We're not really quite sure. Somewhere here there's a wife, a colonel, a baby, and 2 Charles.
All right, we'll check back with you guys. All right, guys, so I found the infant. I believe it's the infant Wilbur grave. It says infant. And I can make something out, I can't really, it looks almost like TMT Wilbur. It says son of, infant son of, I believe that's maybe TMT Wilbur. But we did find that one for you. And the other one might be in here somewheres. Right here. Maggie said she's seen it earlier. But trying to kind of see if we can locate it. Just kind of revisiting this section down here. Maybe down the road we'll come back and do a follow-up, a little bit better video for you guys. This one's our kind of first video on this, so like I mentioned a few times, you know, we're kind of trying to figure it out as we go along, what works best for us. So this stone, I can't make anything out on it. But we did find the infant. Stone. Alright, we'll check back in with you guys. Alright guys, so we're going to start closing out the video here. But we wanted to come back to this. It's one of the veterans. This was the
H.L. Cleveland.
H.L. Cleveland one. It does say he died at Fort Schuyler. So just kind of an interesting little thing as before we wrap up the video here. So like I said, we'll probably do another video sometime down the road of this, maybe a little bit better video, because we're trying to figure out how we want to approach these videos and all that right off the bat. It's a little different than what we're used to doing, so I'll edit this one up the best I can for you guys and see what we can do. But this is the like I said in the beginning, it's the Stover Cemetery here in Smyrna. Got 142 burials.
If you go and find a grave, they're 98% pictured.
Okay.
There's only 2 that are not.
And
I could not find them.
All our sources are we use Find a Grave for our main source on this.
And 3-fold for the veterans.
And 3-fold for the veterans. And if you go on Find the Grave, it's 98% pictured. There's 2 graves that are not. We were unable to find them today, but maybe in one of our other trips we can. And like I said in the beginning, if you guys feel free to visit, please be respectful. We just try to share the history of some of the locations around New York State, mostly central New York and the southern tier where we're out of. So if we're doing this, we're gonna try, this, like I said, this is our first video. We're hoping to kind of keep making them for you guys. And if you guys ever think of another video you guys want to put in the or a place you want us to go check out, maybe do a little research on the history of it and all that, drop it in the comments and let us know, and we'll see if we can maybe make it there sometime. But anyway, this is the, like I said, Stover Cemetery. Figure it'd be a good first video for you guys. So alright, we're gonna close this video up here, and we'll see you in the next video, hopefully.